Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and there is something seriously wrong in Marvel Future Fight. The game is broken. And no, I'm not talking about you, Jean Grey. Have you been playing lately, i.e. since the update, and noticed that your damage isn't quite what it used to be? Your characters are taking just a little bit longer than normal, or a lot longer than normal, to clear the same world boss stages? Maybe you used to do GBR with friends, and now you guys are running out of time versus Dormammu? What's going on? Was there a shadow nerf to all characters? Well, it seems like there was. A lot of players, and when I say a lot of players, I mean players that are new, players that are returning with high pierce, low pierce, whales, free to play. Tons of players have been hitting me up and hitting up the forums and Facebook and Line and Discord and reporting that this exact thing is happening. That they're running out of time on their World Boss Legend runs when they normally had time to spare. They're running out of time on their GBR runs, or they're much slower, and their score is dropping by hundreds of thousands in Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Battle Legend. So I had to make this video ASAP to get it in front of the devs' faces, because the most scary, the most alarming part of this situation is that the devs actually have not even clocked this problem. They still have not even addressed it and acknowledged that it is a problem, which is the worst problem of all, in my opinion. So if you go over the December update known issues, and they release one of these for every single full update, there's some stuff listed about text display incorrectly and stuff like that. Really minor stuff, but none of the issues that we are addressing and trying to talk about in this video are even being mentioned at all. So it doesn't seem to be on their radar, which is the most concerning part to me. However, I gotta be honest with you guys, I had a really hard time making this video. I've been recording for the past hour because I cannot replicate it on my account. Just straight up, I cannot show you guys concrete proof of this on my account. If you look in the comments right now as you're watching this video, just scroll through the comments, unless you're watching it right when it drops, because then there won't be any comments. But if you go down to the comments 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes after this update is live, I promise you, there will be players saying, yes, I've confirmed this is happening to me. Yes, this is happening to me. Yes, this happened to me. Yes, this happened to my alliance mate, my friend, this guy down the street that plays MFF with me. I guarantee it. So I in a way, I struggled to considering, should I not release this video because I can't provide direct proof? Should I try and get other people to send me videos and then post their videos on my video? But then that would massively delay how long before this video came out. So ultimately, I settled on the decision to just release this video without my own proof, because I trust the community enough, and there's basically no way that this many people would be wrong, or this many people would be experiencing a sort of group placebo effect where they're all somehow under the same hypnosis or spell or whatever. They're all under the same, fictitious belief that their characters are worse. Like, every player is playing worse now. Like, that's the lie you're gonna feed me. There's just no way. Sure, Jean Grey has skewed the power level of characters right now. Like, we're looking at her at tier 3 and we're like, wow, she looks better than Hulk tier 4 for PvP. So yeah, there is definitely some skewing going on, but that doesn't affect every single game mode, right? That wouldn't affect ABX, that wouldn't affect ABL, right? For players to have such a significant decrease in their scores, especially on specific characters. If you watching want to try and replicate some of these bugs, and if the devs do, they can certainly look into it more specifically. But I know for sure a lot of ABX players have been complaining today about Makari, where her scores are way lower than normal, like a million points lower than normal, 2 million points lower than normal, which, if you know how serious and how dedicated ABX players are, is basically impossible. Because the whole point of ABX is to master the rotation and master the character, so that every 2 weeks, when it rolls around to that day, right, speed, hero, burn, you can just crank out that same rotation for 3 minutes straight. It's like a metronome, right? So these players are some of the most consistently good players at playing rotations, and especially the kind of game mode that it is, there's not a lot of RNG, right? There's not a lot of RNG. There's a tiny bit of RNG with the mobs grouping up for the clears on like Makari's second skill, and there's a bit of RNG on whether you can delay the beast jumping into the middle to do the first, second, and third roars. There's a tiny bit of RNG there, but not to the tune of 1 million points, not even to the tune of 500,000 points. So there really is no reasonable explanation, and that's why I wanted to make this video. There's no reasonable explanation for why so many players are reporting such a massive increase in the difficulty, right? They're experiencing a massive decrease in their damage and a massive increase in the difficulty of World Boss, GBR, ABX, and ABL, which are the premier PvE game modes in Marvel Future Fight. So yeah, I had to make this video to get this out there. Hopefully the devs will look into this ASAP, because it's huge. Like, this could be one of the biggest unintentional bugs that the game has ever experienced in the 7.5 years that I've been covering it. And I was here last year, right? I was here last year when everyone was opening premium items from the story mode chests. I was here when everyone was just popping CTP after premium card, and the devs had to shut the game down a couple of hours after the update, and they had to, you know, compensate players and roll back accounts and ban people. Like, that was a mess. And talking about it now just reiterates how messy it was. But that situation is not even close to as bad as what we're looking at right here. Because if this goes unresolved, and that's the scariest part, the devs knew right away that we were getting too many rewards, right? So they're like, oh, we're on it. But with this, it's been like almost 12 hours. And they still, I'm going to refresh the page here, they still have not even acknowledged this. 12 hours, you know? So this is a big issue, because if this goes unresolved, it's going to screw everything up. It's really going to screw things up, and it's worrisome because, like I said, I can't replicate these differences, and I can't replicate this difficulty increase. So maybe it's not applying to every single account in the game. It's applying to like 90% of accounts or whatever. Again, that just makes it even worse, because then you're giving some players unfair advantages, right? It's a completely absurd scenario. You know, hey guys, just download this patch and 90% of players will have their entire roster's damage nerfed by 20 or 30%. And the other 10% of players won't know what the hell is going on because everything's the same for them, right? How bizarre is that? I'm sure this is an unintended consequence of something like the new World Boss Legend Conqueror effects, where it's supposed to buff your damage against certain bosses, but maybe it's having the reverse effect. It's just reducing your damage in all content, right? We don't know exactly what the case may be, but I need the devs to look into this right now, and they need to fix it. And they need to show that they're able to fix it quickly, because the longer they take, the more the players are going to lose hope and lose faith and confidence in them. And players that don't have faith and confidence in the devs are players who don't spend. And they're also players who don't play your game. And then you're basically looking at some DOA type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Whew. That's the video. Hit me up in the comments down below. Please let us know your experience with this shadow nerf bug thing, unintended consequence, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, hopefully the devs will see this, share the video, like the video, get it out there to as many eyes as possible so that it gets more attention, so that the devs notice it. And let's get this thing fixed. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully better days ahead for Marvel Future Fight. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.